It's the sale of the century. Everything must go. I mentioned in a previous video about secondhand and recycling and reusing, and this is where you can help the channel, because I am selling off a lot of my older and new gear as well. I've bought but never used. So I'm going to have a quick guide to that and show you some of the things that I'm selling on my eBay. There'll be a link down below in the description, the doobly-doo. I've also got a video coming up of my evolution of the gear that I've used, which features this tent, and you can see this tent being put up, and a few of these things, but unfortunately I couldn't include the newer stuff, so hence this slightly spammy video. I hope you forgive me for this, but seriously, I have no sponsors and I have no income. The name of this channel, Hard Up Hiker, is not a euphemism, especially with videos about greenwashing. That last video, I probably will never get any. Yeah, but hey, you interested in any of these? That would be a big help if you bought via my eBay channel. So let's go and have a look at the things. So the star of the show, probably, if everything collapses, probably when I do this, is this. I accidentally bought this in eBay. I wasn't expecting to win it. I was actually I think I was in the process of buying a down bag. It's a Mountain Hardware Laminar -1 degree C bag, which, as you can see, had a price of 150. That's not what I paid for it, but I'll probably put it on there, pretty much what I paid for it, plus postage, and that's a complete bargain because I've never used that. So all I've done is take it out to have a look to see if it's okay, and it is, and it's very warm. The smaller end of the spectrum is the Alp Kit spoon. This is the Typhoon, the long Typhoon, although it's slightly, it needs a bit of wash. It's a titanium spoon, never been used. You can use it on bolts and also beers and bolts. One of the things that will feature in a future video is the Workhorse tactical torch. This is the HD15R, so it's a red torch, and it's got flashing modes, and it's very fancy, very fancy. It uses the, and I always get this wrong, 18650 batteries. I bought this in part because it was supposedly better. I don't want to give the video away, but you can probably guess if I'm telling it what the video. I give it away at the start of the video. The video was shot at the secret location where I did the camping, the stealth camping. It's a better torch in every way, and it's a good torch. It's just I slightly prefer another torch, which you'll have to watch that video to see it. It's one of these CRI torches which have color, accurate color rendering. I think it's Samsung LED, and then a very strong red, 150 lumen red torch. So that is very good, and it has a. I'll go into this in the video, but it has a magnet that clamps onto things, and it's USB rechargeable and use it as a power bank. And it also has, the big thing about this one is you can use a smaller, I'm going to get this wrong, 18350 batteries I think they're called, but I find that the bigger ones last for ages. You just don't need to recharge them hardly. I think a lot of the hikers are missing out on those kind of things. And also we're selling as featured in the stoves video, the titanium Tokes stove, wood stove, and you can probably use it for alcohol and solid things, solid fuels, which I recently got a little solid fuel stove, just so I could use it for get the little, as a backup really. And has also featured briefly in that was the BioLite stove. This is the original BioLite. I've only used it like 2 times. The fan still works. It's still It still is in. So I expect the battery might need to be replaced, but yeah, you can hear that. I don't know. So that means the battery's still working, but you might want to update it because this was based around older, older USB devices like little Nokias and things, and still got the firelighters, and still got the original cable as well. And the idea of this is really more of a car camping thing, or a bigger thing. And it does work really well as a gas stove, as a wood gas stove. It's because of the fan, it lights really well. It does burn quite quickly. It works better with kind of like if you take wood along with you, or bigger twigs or bigger chunks of wood than twigs, because they burn quite quickly. But it does work, and it does charge your smaller USB devices. The V2 works for, I think, with bigger devices, but you could probably change the battery. I think the battery is literally an 18650, I think, or something very similar. Also here we've got, I'm not going to bring it out, it's the Caramore, my original Caramore Hibernate 3 bag, which rather euphemistically says comfort rating of 5C, which I talk about in the evolution of my gear video, but yeah, it is. I will bring it closer, but I expect everything's going to collapse. Yeah, it did. And it's kind of like 1.5 kilograms. I would say this is really a summer bag, or a bag for a kid or whatever. It's something that isn't really important. I need to give that a wash if I sell it. I'm planning to sell it. I don't know if anyone's going to buy it because it's so old. But yeah, it definitely needs a wash. And we've got the Coleman Weekend 3 tent, which I showed in the upcoming evolution of my gear video. That's in pretty good condition. Unfortunately, it must be at least 2.5 decades old. It's 3.1 kilograms. Supposed to be a 3-person tent. Of course, that means it's, as with all these things, it's really a sort of generous 2-person's tent. It's slightly muddy. The seams need to be resealed or retaped because they started to come off a bit. So I don't know if anyone would buy that, but it's a good tent. I did a lot of some camping. It was always really heavy. So actually, I eventually got a smaller Highlander for hiking, but I did festivals and that as well. Hence it comes with some free Glastonbury mud. Also mentioned in the evolution video, we have I can't remember what this is called. It's very good condition, but it's the gas burner, the camping gas burner that I started with. Oh, the kids have come out of school. Great. Also, talking of torches, I think I'm going to be selling the Petzl because we've now got the tactical torch and the Energizer. It's a good torch if you don't need a red light. It has got batteries in. It's 200 odd lumen. It works very well. It's very light, but I like having a red light, so hence why I'm selling it. But I got this new charity shop of all places, local charity shop. So it's new secondhand. And it is not the newer version, so I say it doesn't have the red light, but it's got the lock on it. I suspect it can use the hybrid batteries, don't quote me on that, but it is a good basic head torch, good starter head torch, I think. If you don't need the red function. And I say I've only used it once, so that's nearly new. Talking of things I've not used, the plastic, they're made by Joy, I don't need to say that. Joy spork fork, well, sort of cutlery sets. And they were an impulse purchase on eBay. Pot gripper. It's been used a few times, but not hardly any. What I used to use before the Sea to Summit cup, the plastic crockery for the Aracaso, and yeah, That's not good. I'll give these a wash before I sell them. And I can't believe I used to travel with these. I also, the plastic plate, I used to travel with enamel. I only used it maybe once before I moved to the plastic. The idea was to cook on them, and you could cook on them because they're enamel. These are almost new actually, but it's a little slightly dented. So hey, but very usable, not really scratched up. So and you can use them like that. You can use them as cooking because they're enamel, so you could cook on them and heat them up directly. I don't know. I'm sure the comments will tell me if you can't do that, but I think you can do that. That's the good thing about metal plates. So yes, recycle your stuff. So that's my gear. And if you like these, check out the link in the description, the doobly-doo, to my eBay, and hopefully we can find these another home. Oi! Off cat. How like you can live here? You don't live here. Sorry, we have a cat that comes and wrecks the garden. Why not? Just stay there. Oh no. Fire engine? Really?